be confused with Perry Mason or William Perry or Perry Pete. The word perimeter means what, Lutz? It's
the whole entire measurement.
It's yeah. Well, if I asked you to walk around the perimeter of the building, any idea what that would mean? Or the perimeter of this room? Or in the Army, they ask you to secure the perimeter.
Go around the whole.
It's the distance around. Okay, and you get it by adding all sides together. Now the book likes to give you a couple formulas for this. First of all, see if this makes any sense to you. Let's say we've got the perimeter of a square. Here's my square. What do I know about a square? It's a tough one, Gary.
All sides are the same.
Right, you only need to know one side to find the perimeter because all four are going to be the same. So the perimeter is going to equal S plus S plus S plus S. But rather than writing it out in that long, complicated S plus S plus S, because all the S's are the same, the shortened, condensed, 7th grade way to do this, Peter, is perimeter equals. Well, these are S's, by the way. 4 times S, yeah. And that's the way you'll see the formula for a square. A square, they'll just give you this for the formula, 4 times S. Because if this was 3, the perimeter is going to be 12. Plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 12. 4 times 3 is 12. Square. Not to be confused with a rectangle. That's a little different formula. Okay. A rectangle. Does anybody know what we call the sides of a rectangle? Usually when you talk about a rectangle, we don't call them sides. In math, we call them the what and the what, Gary?
The length and
Right.
the width.
And which one do we usually call the length and which one do we usually call the width?
The longer ones usually the length. And the shorter ones usually
Right.
the width.
So usually this would be the width and this would be the length. This would be the width, this would be the length. And it's nice to know that the W's are the same in order to do right. So the perimeter of a rectangle would be W plus L plus L. But again in math, we want to try to simplify that a little bit more, so we can kind of put a couple of them together. Alexa is going to say then the formula would be, no, that'd be area actually. We're not multiplying anything together right now. I mean, we're not multiplying anything together right now. What we are doing is, if you add 2 W's together, it's the same as doing what to it? By 2. So the perimeter of a rectangle equals 2 times W plus 2 times L. And that's how they will show you the formula for the area of a rectangle. 2W plus 2L. So when you see those two formulas, you're not confused. That is kind of what they mean or where they're going with that. So just doing one, let's say I've got a rectangle that is 4 by 8. So if you ask for the perimeter of it, and you use the formula, 2 times W plus 2 times L, perimeter is going to equal 2 times 4 plus 2 times 8. What is 2 times 4? 8. What's 8 times 2? And you add 8 and 16 together, 24, I hope. Let's say these are inches. Now multiplying 24 inches. Stop me there if that wasn't too terribly exciting. Thank you. Question on that? No. Now, unfortunately, children, it gets a little more difficult than that. The book wants to challenge you just a little bit, and what they'll do is give you something that looks like this. not a nice rectangle, but a rectangle that's split up here. And if this is 8 inches and this is 10 inches, sometimes they'll give you all the other dimensions. Like for example, they might say this is 4 inches, this is 6 inches, this is 4 inches, and this is 4 inches. If you're asked to find the perimeter of that, there's really no formula for that. You just have to sit down and actually do it. 10, and I would recommend putting little hash marks there so you know that you put the right numbers all down. And then you gotta add all that together, which is what, 10, 20, 28, 36? You get that right? Now here's an important thing, children. Probably the pinnacle of today's lesson is this. In reality, children, look up here, focus on me on this. In reality on this, Alexa Boots, I really only needed this dimension and this dimension. I did not need to know what these four are. Why? Because of this. Because in any of these step type shapes, if you take, see how this is 8 inches from here? If this is 4 inches from here to here, it's the same as this 4 inches from here to here, and this 4 inches is the same as this 4 inches there. In other words, this side here, maybe this will make it better for you. This side here is the same exact length as this side put together with this side. Okay? These two fours, this 4 and this 4 added together give me the same as that long, and the same thing here. My side here that was a 4 is the same at, and with the 6 over here put together, those two lines will equal 10. So you don't need to know, let me show you. Here's another one. I'll do this, watch this. This will blow your mind. Here's my thing. Let's say this is 10 inches and this is 12 inches. That's all I need to know, and I can tell you the perimeter of that. Why? Because I'm going to add this plus this plus this plus this plus this together. When I add those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little short pieces together, they're going to equal the same thing as this big long 12. So you don't always need to know what each one is. You just need to know that when you add them together, you're going to get 12. You are going to get, to find the perimeter of this, it's going to be 2 12s added to 2 10s. Okay, because this line plus this line plus this line plus this line plus this line is going to end up being the same length as this 10 over here. I could do it for you. So, okay, I pull this one down, put it right here. I should do it. This one there, this one here, this one here, and this one here. When I put those all together, they will be 12 inches long. So it's just gonna, I don't have to know what each one is, I just have to know that when I add them together, watch this. So man, I missed the 10 over here. Do you get that? And then when you add that 24, 34, 44, is your answer to that. Even though you don't know what these are. Because when you put those together and add them together, they have to be the same length as this. Out. No, you will be. Don't you worry. Let's do a couple more. So I've got this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And this is 24 inches, and this is 8 inches. Let's say this is 4 inches. Let me ask you this question. If I know that this is 4 inches, how long does this line have to be? Knowing that if I put this line and add it to this line, it has to be the same length of this. In other words, 4 plus what number would give me 24? That's what that line has to be, Kelsey.
20.
This has to be 20 inches, because when I put these two together, they have to be the same length as that side, that's a cross row. Now, if I asked you how long this side was, Peter,
4.
how do you get 4? You can't tell me. I don't give you enough information to know to what these lines are. Okay, I would have to tell you that maybe this line is 6. Now, if that line's 6, then this line has to be 2, because they have to add up to the 8 that's on the bottom. Okay, but if I'm doing perimeter, I don't need to know that 6, because I know that when I put this line with this line, it's going to be that 8. Okay? So the perimeter of this would be 24 plus 4 plus 20, which is another 24, plus 8. I don't need to know what each of these are, because I know when I put them together, they have to be the same as this 8. That's going to be the perimeter of that shape there. Okay? Again, that only works when they're all right angles, and it doesn't work. Now, let me give you a goofy looking shape. If you have this shape that's a U, like this. If you have this U-shape thing, and I tell you that this is 16 centimeters, and maybe this one is 14 centimeters. Can you tell me the perimeter of that shape? Well, this is as far as you can get. You know that this is 16, right? You know that this is 14, right? You know that this is 14, because this has to be the same as that if they're all right angles. I do know that if I put this line with this line with this line, they're going to add up to be 16, but I don't know. I need to know what that line is. You can't just guess and say it looks like it's half, so I'm going to put 7. Okay, math doesn't work that way. You have to be exact. The book will have to give you that. Let's say it's 8. Well, if that's 8, then this is 8. And you'd have to write both of those 8s down. Because perimeter is the distance. If you're the little ant, the perimeter is how far you'd have to walk around the whole outside of the building. Yeah? Oh, that's okay. Ooh, very good. Good for you. This time is crazy. Believe me, we'll get plenty of practice.